Ticket Machine is the official ticket broker of Spartan Nation. No matter what you need a ticket for, border to border, coast to coast, the Ticket Machine is your ticket source. So whether you need to get into the hottest concerts, the best sporting events, you want the best seats in the house, or you just want to get in the door, when you want to go to any event that requires a ticket, anywhere, border to border, coast to coast, it's always theticketmachine.com. Theticketmachine.com, 517-655-3201. Check it out today at theticketmachine.com.
We announced our captains today, so we announced Brian Allen and senior offensive lineman, and Chris Fry, senior linebacker. And usually we've taken 3. The whole idea is, we took 2 this year because the voting was there was so much clarity as to who were the 2 guys, and the rest of it was all sort of shaken up. So really felt like rather than re-vote and try and do those type of things, the fair thing to do was allow everybody to lead from that leadership group. So we'll have guys walking out, 2 different guys walking out every game throughout the season, and that gives us a sense of leadership, I think, from a lot of different people. We've got guys on there that are sophomores. This football team has 53 players that are either true freshmen or redshirt freshmen. So it's 73 or 76 players that are in their first 3 years. So it's an extremely young football team in that respect, and that youth needs to be represented. So there's some younger guys on that leadership council that I think will have be an important factor in this season, such as Brian Lewerke and Joe Bocci and such. But they need to have an opportunity to lead as well as our older players have an opportunity to do that as well. So that's the rationale behind it. We'll cut camp here for a couple days, let our guys get their legs back. A lot of guys are going home to see their high school football games at home, so that'll be we've always tried to do that, to allow them to do that, so we'll do that this weekend and get back to it Sunday afternoon. So I'll take some questions.
Are the captains and the leaders even more important this year than before because of what you're coming off of?
Yeah, I think that they are, and that's the reason behind this, this decision, and I sat down and said, how many different times are we going to vote this? Mm-hmm. We can vote again and vote again and vote again to try and get some clarity, but at the end of it all, I really felt like sometime maybe less is better, and that allows the other guys to step into a position of leadership and show that. So, and it's a very, very good group of 12 guys that'll represent in that area, and then these 2 guys, and so you'll have different guys walking out there, but they'll all have an opportunity to be interviewed, and all have an opportunity to be a part of that leadership group, which they always have been. Sometimes the captains are captains, but everybody plays a part in that.
So, Mark, was there a third name that you were expecting?
I'm sorry?
Was there a third name that you were?
No, it's sort of all jumbled up. It all became evident that all the names sort of, there was only a couple votes separating those names. So rather than re-vote, re-clarify, and all that kind of stuff, we got to get on with it.
So assess camp now that it's open.
I think we've had a great camp, great enthusiasm, worked extremely hard, a lot of live plays, got some guys nicked up that need to heal up, but they'll be ready. But I thought we had a very good camp. We've got a lot of young players in the mix. So every play that they take, every rep that they take is a rep of learning and a rep of execution. But I've been very, very impressed with that group.
Mark, there's a top program now that's going to have 9 captains. There's another with 7, I think, and you've always held the 3 or less. Does a number really matter?
No, because really our captains are those 12 guys. So we had a big dilemma a couple years ago, but at the end of it all, we'll probably vote the captains at the end of the year, around banquet time, and say, okay, these were our 4 captains or something like that. But it's really going to be who leads and who steps forward. And when you're young, there's so much opportunity to do that. And I've said that before, because there's so much youth on this football team, there's an opportunity to lead. We only have 9 seniors on the team, and I think 2 of them are full-time starters. So, this is a young football team, and that's what's happening.
Would you ever consider having a freshman on the Eagles, or do you have to kind of earn that through being here a while?
They sort of got to get voted in there, and we sort of have them sit on the fringe a little bit so they can be a part of things. But they'll elect a couple freshmen to be that, but they won't walk out at midfield or that type of thing.
What makes Allen and Fry the right leaders for this year's team?
They've both been 4-year players for us. They've both been a part of Cotton Bowl teams, playoff teams. Certainly the team last year that struggled. So they've seen all different levels of it. They've seen the exhilaration at a high level, and they've seen disappointment at a high level. And I think that brings a sense of power to what they're trying to their message. And they've played since they've been freshmen, and they've not redshirted, so they've been in a position of playing. And I think you got to do that when you're looking at these guys. They're all got to be guys that are getting on the field, and all these guys do have a role on the field, active role. They're starters or basically starters.
Were you surprised that Gerald Holmes was not included in this, or voted higher, I guess?
No, I really wasn't. He got votes just like the other guys did, but I just think it all got bundled up. You got a lot of guys with some leadership ability that are getting votes, so the votes get split up. And I think the other thing that's important to recognize is that you have such a young football team, and so those young guys know the younger guys a little bit better. And so that I just didn't want that youth, the numbers of our young guys to impact totally the voted. I didn't know how to weigh those out and all that kind of stuff. So, but they definitely deserve to vote.
Our coaches never shut it down, but will you in the next day and a half step away a little bit?
Well, I got my, if you can say stepping away with, but you're never away. You got an iPad or you got film, that kind of stuff. But I'll take a step back.
Yeah.
I think we've spent a lot of time here, opponent studies throughout the summer, and we were here this summer more than usual. So we're ready to go.
This was your first time with a 5-week camp, Mark. So
yeah.
Curiously for you, obviously you're only 4 in, but are you happy with it? Are you glad with it? Do you like it better than the old, or is it just going to deal with it?
I like the day off. I think that the day off gave our players a sense of freshness that next week, because when you go every single day, I think that gets very monotonous. So I do like that. It's a little bit long, but I think there's a lot of learning done, and I think that we played the hand that was dealt out, and happy with the camp. So we'll use we still won't use all of our practices. We'll use almost all of them. Well, I think we'll have 27 or so, 28. I think it was a good camp, and the one day helped us. I think it helped their players.